Hi, chat.
Oh, hello everyone.
How we
Hello.
doing? Let me
How's everybody doing?
fix my audio because I'm coming in low and I don't know why.
Now, here's the thing. I don't want to be the buzzkill. You usually come in low when we record, like very low. But I don't mind it because when I'm editing, the one tip is like you'd rather a recording come in too low than too high because you could always fix it too low.
Yeah,
And I know your settings like the back of my hand.
yeah.
So like
What it's I've noticed people saying that I'm coming in low since I've got the new Elgato thing instead of the
what
Go
new oh god.
XLR. Instead of the Go XLR, like the hub that my mic goes into.
Oh,
And
okay.
sometimes I
Okay.
notice where the dial is, it resets every single time I like turn my computer off. Like it doesn't
Oh,
stay
fair
set,
enough.
so I always got to remember where it is.
I'm putting
Uh,
in the link.
Everyone in the pre-show,
Yeah.
uh, spoiler alert: Light is not with us tonight. She's sick again. So
Well, like this time, really badly sick, so we
please
need to
give
wish
her
her well.
all her love.
hmm
She's got a lot of resting and recuperating to do. So
Seriously, go over to Blue Sky on the Twitter, wherever. Go wish her well.
yep.
Go wish her well. Give her your best wishes and all that jazz. Because, yeah, she's really going through it. She has a really bad fever right now. So,
We joke
yeah,
about putting her and the family in a bubble, but I think it's about time we do it.
I think so.
I
Bubble
think
boy
it's time.
situation sounds like it's called for this
When
time around.
we're at PAX, I want her to walk the show floor in a bubble.
For her own good.
Exactly. And Mr. Light, a little Light.
Yeah.
Let's keep them all
Do we put them
healthy.
in the same bubble? I think we talked about it, but do we put them in the same bubble where they got to work cooperatively to get to, point A to point B?
Yeah, probably.
All right, fair
Well, are
enough.
you envisioning the legs out of the bubble or in the bubble like a hamster wheel?
Great question. I am thinking hamster wheel.
Okay. Hamster wheels would be a little crazy. I'm thinking
Yeah.
legs out of the bubble with a small
Okay.
bubble attached to it that will have little light
Like a
in there.
sidecar.
So little light's just hanging out on top of the bubble.
What if we make,
I don't even
forget
little
this
light's not
again.
coming to PAX,
What
by
if
the
we
way.
get a kaiju, like we build a kaiju bubble to put them in? Hear me out.
Sure.
Okay, hear me out. Light is the torso and arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Little Light sitting on her shoulders is the head of the kaiju.
Sure.
Okay. Then the legs, I think Mr. Light.
Yeah.
I think he's got a strong
Yeah.
center of gravity. And that's how they operate is via like a mech, like a Power Ranger.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like a Zordon.
A well-oiled machine.
Yeah. I feel like they could come together as a family, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
William Stingray in chat, in case you missed it, Light is out sick this week, so she's not here.
yes.
So send her
Yes.
some much love, please.
We're almost done. We're almost done here.
All right,
Yeah,
chat,
all
you
right,
help
now
me
we'll
with
guess a
with
game
this
or
guess the
two.
game thing here. Yeah, I see like what
Oh.
looks like an X. What happened to you? It's,
Oh, I WandaVision. It's just the
okay.
background.
Discord updated
just
and
in
I hate
case.
it, so I thought Discord broke again.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm just gonna throw a guess out there. I'm gonna say Mirror's Edge because
Ooh,
it looks like
I like
it's got
that.
like that sheen that Mirror's Edge had.
Yeah, I
No,
like that.
it's not. Love 70%.
Huh.
Is this a Watch Dogs 1?
Let's try it. I like that guess.
Like,
Truthfully.
why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Nope. Mobile,
Hmm.
Linux, tvOS, and PC. What does tvOS even mean?
TV.
Is that like Netflix games?
I don't even know. That's legit. That's strange. I love mobile,
got-
Linux, TV, OS, and PC.
I got nothing. I say we
Now, let's skip
skip.
it again. Yeah, let's skip it again.
Third person, other, graphic adventure, puzzle elements, point and click, and fantasy. So can it says mosaic.
Yeah, let's. I because I think I've seen this from a.
Whoa.
Good job, Silcan. Good
I
job.
I do not know this game.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
Well done.
Let's do
Well done.
one more, and then let's get the show rolling. I just found out they just put out 2 episodes of that Daredevil. What are
Yeah.
we doing? Christmas in March.
March.
What is this?
In 9 months as of right now, we'll be
hmm
celebrating the day after Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's for
Merry
everyone that
Christmas.
goes back and watches this on the day after Christmas. So,
Oh.
how'd the rest of the year go? How was Ghosts of Yote? Was it cool?
Did my plane go down?
Do we understand Death Stranding 2?
Do I get to see it because my plane goes down?
I like how all yours is like, am I still alive? Or via plane disaster. Like nothing else.
Via-
It's just
I mean, listen, if we go to Summer Game Fest, which I'm praying we do, that is my only fear is the plane now. Like, and now it's come full circle. I worked so hard to get that phobia out of me just for 2025 to put it back in my noggin. What do you think this is? It's an 88 Open Critic. You got
this feels like a Metroidvania to me.
okay. All right, I don't hate that.
Part of me wanted to say like Dead Cells or something, but I don't think Dead Cells has like mountainous rocky areas or.
Yeah.
Let's do one more skip. Oh, PC. Oh,
PC
okay.
and PS1.
Okay, I think I know it.
Okay, go for it.
Which one is it? Abe's Odyssey. Which
Oh,
Oddworld game is it?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's the first one. Abe's Odyssey. Yeah.
Nope, it's not the. It's in the Abe's universe. It's just not Odyssey. So.
Oh, come on now.
World. Exodus. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
All right, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's go record a show. Let me feign being alive because I feel awfully tired. You know?
Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out how to not have the dock show up whenever I stop sharing my screen.
Fair enough.
So chat, be cool. You saw what we were talking about.
Listen, chat, be chill. Be chill, chat.
It's not like we have highly classified information.
What do you mean? Listen, chat. Fist, fire, emoji, trophy, emoji. Okay?
Yeah. You know, it's fine. It's cool.
Better than ever.
Yeah.
We're so back.
The most protected form of communication. Nobody can decrypt that.
You tell me, other than my 13-year-old daughter, you know?
All right, chat. We'll see you in
That's so lame.
seconds.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 421 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it's here where we chat about the latest and greatest in all things PlayStation each and every week. This week, we chat about the Intergalactic information, AC Shadows crushing it, Game Informer officially back, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night over at youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and podcast services the very next day. Now, alongside me, the greatest co-host, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm good, but let's address the elephant in the room. Light is out sick.
Again,
so please send her all the love possible on social media. We talked about it in the pre-show. We need to invest in some sort of bubble contraption.
Yeah, we in the pre-show we've decided a kaiju-esque device akin to a Power Ranger when it turns into a mech.
Yes, absolutely.
For her and her family when they go to PAX. Yeah. That said, truly give her all the well wishes because she's right now rocking a 103 fever. So she needs all the love and support. So go on over to Twitter at Lightweight Games, and then head out over to Blue Sky, wherever your socials are. Show her some love. She's definitely needs it right now because she's delirious and she's seeing 3 of us right now. You know,
Nobody wants that.
she thinks she's in the podcast right now. She's got an IV drip. Yeah, guys, I love Intergalactic. It seems great. The doctor's like, yeah, so more morphine.
Speaking about what felt like a fever dream.
Yes. Oh my God, let's talk about it.
Did anybody listening or watching live, did you catch it? This Marvel cast announcement for Avengers Doomsday? It was a live stream. Well, I don't know why that sounded like I was like on a stand-up stage. Hey, have you heard about this?
Have you seen this?
Hey.
Have you heard about this?
It was like a 5.5 hour stream where every 10 minutes it would bring in a new chair with an actor's name on it to announce the cast for the movie. And it started with a pretty nice bang that Chris Hemsworth will be back in Avengers Doomsday, which is cool. And then every 10 minutes it went like silent with like a little buzzing. And I had it on the background because I was like, okay, this is cool. Let me see. And then when the new chair was about to come out, the musical score of that franchise would start swelling. And then you'd be like, oh, who is it? Who is it? And then the new chair would be placed in, then it would go quiet again, and then another 10, 11 minutes. And this happened for 5.5 hours today.
Oh my God, I thought it was like under an hour.
No, it was a 5.5 hour stream.
Holy shit, okay.
Or roughly around there. And like, there's some fun names, like Paul Rudd will be back as Ant-Man, and his was my favorite reveal because they brought out a little tiny chair because he's Ant-Man. Some like, you know, megaton nuke announcements that Patrick Stewart is back, Ian McKellen is back, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler is back.
That actually got me the most hyped. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That one, and the fact that they're giving Channing Tatum another shot. And so he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. The Fantastic Four will be in Avengers Doomsday. I'm trying to think of the other like really, really, really cool one.
The one that
Rebecca Romaine is back. James Marsden is back. Like, oh man,
see him as Cyclops. But like real talk, Nightcrawler has my heart because he's my favorite. He's my favorite X-Men.
Dope. Yeah.
So like just to see him kick ass on the screen again. Like that first scene in X2.
Oh.
It holds up.
It's so good.
Bryan Singer does it, but that movie definitely does.
Sindhu in chat, it could have been 30 minutes. You're absolutely right, it could have. But
could have been.
It was really cool that I was working away and then I would hear the music swell. I was like, all right, I gotta watch. And it only lasted like maybe 5-6 seconds long. But it was a nice little like slow drip to the day. The one that I forgot that really made me like, oh wow, this is exciting is Kelsey Grammer.
Yes,
was the first one that popped up. I was like, oh my god, Beast is in this. Are all the other X-Men going to be in it? And then they just started dropping X-Men after X-Men after X-Men. So hopefully
it seems like they're finally, But it seems like they're like, okay, guys, we get it. The multiverse stuff you weren't a fan of, and honestly, halfway through we weren't even fans of it. So like, here's what you really want. Here's X-Men, and like, here's like. Yeah, it's called Doomsday, but I think all the headlines are right. Like seems like this is Avengers versus X-Men.
Yes, please.
And that's rad as
That's
hell.
all I want.
Yeah, like and like to see, I don't know, for me, the proper X-Men, movie wise, no shot to James McAvoy, love you. But like I grew up with that. So like it's seeing my X-Men on screen again for like one last hurrah. Like Ian McKellen as Magneto for one last hurrah, dude. Let's go.
A part of me was like, are they gonna bring out a chair that says Halle Berry? Like, are we getting her as Storm back? Like, are we gonna get the other?
Her chair wasn't there, huh?
She was not there, and neither was Famke Johnson's chair for Phoenix and Jean Grey. So maybe they're holding some back, which would be cool. But yeah,
Halle Berry,
and like
respectfully.
Elizabeth Olsen wasn't there too, but like, how could you bring the X-Men back and not have Scarlet Witch?
Come on.
So like, I feel like there's gonna be some surprises.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. Like, it's cool that we have this on the backs of what I think of what I've seen so far being a terrific Daredevil season.
They're pretty
Like
good.
it feels like Marvel is now understanding what they have and they're building on it instead of just like
Yeah.
let's just throw this out there just to have something out there.
Yeah.
Even though I
They
enjoyed
got it.
everything, but like
For the most part.
yeah, and Loki
Got
will
some
be
Black
back
Widows in
in
there.
Avengers Doomsday 2, like Tom Hiddleston's
That's
chair
one
showed
thing
up.
I'm a little nervous about because I really like how Loki ended.
I didn't see season 2 yet.
Oh, dude, you're gonna cry. Like real talk. You're
Joe,
like,
when do I not cry?
That's fair, but I get the cry counter for that one because
Yeah.
even his last line, man,
I can't wait.
in my heart. Anyway, that said, listen, we're here to talk about PlayStation. I like, and honestly, you would think it's been like a quiet week. Silently, it's actually been kind of big. There's been some big news swirling, some rumors, some speculation, and then some really hard hitting stuff. But before we get right into it, of course, a little bit of housekeeping. A, let us wish Light well. Please, for the love of God, we need her back. We need her healthy, of course. And we got some merch, BB, link in the description for all that goodness. Go buy a shirt, go support the show. We are trying to save up for Summer Game Fest, and we cannot go without your help. That's why it's our Patreon pitch. If we got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it really does help us out if you consider to go over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. Just like our newest members, Todd Oxtra at the bronze tier, Michael Hassett at the gold tier, Big G that re-upped to the bronze tier. And yes, I left y'all in this month because I'm a good boy, all right? And maybe because I forgot. That said, our premium producers, Todd Burowitz and Toxic. Our platinum members, JC, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Aaron, Bertos Maximus, Tommy, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silk Cannet, Decimy, Mitchell Gramling, Mike Thomas, and the Enchanted Goat. Our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde and Doors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Ageless Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Stingray X, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold E.T., Tino Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Solo, Matthew King, The Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Mill Dinner, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Jazz and Bren, and the Lord Commandus James Suddy. Hooey. Have you guys noticed I worked 10 hours before getting on this podcast? Because I certainly have. Hey, Kyle Stevenson, what about them YouTube members, bud?
Oh, what about them YouTube members? I don't have that up yet. I'm sorry. Hold on. Please hold.
It's good. It's good that he's dropping the ball a little bit here because it makes my dropping the ball last 5 minutes pretty good. But listen, you should
Shout
head on
out
over
to Nisa Hauer, Shribbles and Bits,
him,
and
look at
Tommy on YouTube.
Ooh-wee. And seriously, like you might go, okay, Patreon's nice and all, but what do I get? You get hours upon hours of bonus content. You get to rest easy, sleep easy, knowing that you're supporting a little mom and pop podcast like ours. So, you do all that good stuff. Last week we talked about that Astrobot. He wouldn't just do well in the Hunger Games. He would thrive.
You mean this little
His
guy?
kill count, pretty impressive.
He's ruthless, okay?
Ruthless. All right? All that good stuff. Ooh-wee. All right, Kyle. It's finally time to square up the news.
First bit of news comes to us from Sammy Barker over at Push Square. And Sammy writes, fans are unsure whether Sony will block PS5 games on Xbox's rumored PC hardware. If the rumors are to be believed, the next Xbox is not a console, at least not in the traditional sense. Various reports from reliable websites such as Windows Central and The Verge have hinted that Microsoft's future hardware plans include its successor to the Xbox Series X and S, which functions similarly to a PC. While it's all hearsay right now, the idea is that said system would include access to various storefronts, including Steam and the Epic Games Store. In fact, a leaked user interface which circulated during GDC appeared to prove this point. Now everyone's wondering what that would mean for Sony. As many of you already know, the Japanese giant has been porting many of its biggest games to the PC and selling them on storefronts like Steam and the Epic Games Store. In theory, if Microsoft unlocks access to those plazas, you'd be able to play the likes of God of War Ragnarok and The Last of Us 2 on an Xbox. But there are caveats to consider here. Assuming the rumors are accurate, the next Xbox does not sound like a console at all. It sounds more like a pre-built PC. Installing the likes of Steam and Epic Game Stores would circumvent Microsoft's own ecosystem. So even if you could download and play Sony games via those venues, you're not really playing them on an Xbox at all. Now, how Sony would respond is perhaps worth noting. It did block Xbox players from streaming its games with GeForce Now on Xbox. Could it potentially do the same with its Epic Game Store or Steam ports? It's a problem the platform holder may have to eventually wrestle with. Fans are currently undecided on the matter. If Push Square's poll, around 35% argued it's possible Sony could try to block its PC ports from running on an Xbox PC, but 28% thought the company wouldn't, the majority, 36%, were unsure, suggesting we need more details to make an educated guess.
Ooh, or an educated wish. Muluin wrote in, just like you can too if you head on over to our Discord server, link in the description. They write, if Helldivers can be blocked from people who play the game in a set countries and GeForce games can be blocked on PC, etc., then PlayStation can and will block PlayStation games on Xbox. No doot about it at all. Kyle Stevenson, I've been in many DMs with many of folks, and many of them say, for one reason or the other, this can absolutely happen. So theoretically, let's just say with this rumored handheld that's coming out later this year, which seems pretty darn cool, not gonna lie. With this rumored Xbox handheld, if it is running on a Windows OS that just happens to have a special gamer overlay on it, and you're able to get to things easier like a Steam or an Epic Game Store, then if it's still just a PC OS, it's not necessarily an Xbox, it can absolutely, yeah. I don't see a way where they can't get away with being able to play games on a technically Xbox but not really device.
I was gonna say, isn't everything an Xbox now? So what does it matter?
Dude, everything's an Xbox. I think the one thing that, like, Kyle, I'll ask you is, like, why do people care at this point?
I don't know. I really, it's starting to make me angry because, like, why aren't we putting this energy elsewhere?
Right.
Like, I just don't understand. What does it matter if you can play these games on whatever this new system is? What does it matter if they block it? Like, to me, I don't care. I just, it's not like they're, I had just a South Park clip run through my brain.
Go for it.
They're going to take your jobs kind of thing. They're not taking away where you can play them currently. They're not taking it away from you right now where they are currently accessible to you. So I just don't see what the big deal is here. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that, like, look, I got my Steam Deck behind me. What they're talking about in this whole thing, I'm already doing on my Steam Deck.
Exactly.
I could play Xbox games, I could play PlayStation games, and I could play PC games on that thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Some may even have a way to, play Switch games on there.
Right. I mean, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do
and some
that.
people are real brazen and brave with it because they're just like, look I got Legend of Zelda actually running at 1080p. It's like, dude, they will. Let me tell you something about that group chat. They celebrate their kills on that group chat.
You won't have to worry about student loan debt. You're going to have to worry about another debt to somebody else.
No. Nintendo's going to send a ninja to their house. The emoji's going to go, ninja, gun, fire,
Blood.
fist bump, and blood. It's like that's how they're gonna handle you, dude. So, yeah, no, I would never go after them. That said, we're already doing all these, like, we're already doing it. It just feels like just because there's an Xbox brand on here, people are acting strange.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, guys, the math is mathed. We talked about it last week literally for 5 seconds. Maybe we should have done it for 15, but like your PlayStation has grown 7% this generation. It's outpacing PlayStation 4 slightly, which is a testament because we're all talking about, at least the hive mind is like, this generation's kind of been a dud. Well, it's doing better than the generation that was what we all think is the best, gold standard for PlayStation. That said, you look at the other way over at Xbox, they're not doing great, right? As in terms of console sales, it's lagging behind the Xbox One, which we all thought of as the console that was their worst one. And so when I take a look at like this news, it's like, why would I care about this? Dude, the war's over. Again,
like,
we didn't win anything.
We're literally 3 weeks away from having a Forza Horizon on PlayStation.
Exactly.
And the new Indiana Jones game, which was just on Xbox previously, only on Xbox for 6 months or so,
Dude,
around there. So, like, why would Sony have an issue if their games were to be on an Xbox, whatever this PC version thing is, right? Like,
it's just
they're already making decisions of like they're allowing Microsoft to be like, hey, you have to log into an Xbox account to play these games on PlayStation. Like, that's the thing that Sony's okay with. So why would they not be okay with them playing their games on the Xbox thing? Because then that brings them into the PlayStation ecosystem to play the next game in the series. Like,
you still have to buy their game.
Exactly. Like, all they care about is the money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I get it, the old fanboy logic, and I mean the old, not even logic. The old logic was like, hey, listen, we're going to make these games exclusive, and that means they're going to come to our platform, and that is still very much true if you're PlayStation or Nintendo. No longer the case if you're an Xbox. But at the same exact time, you're seeing like PlayStation experiment with other platforms like PC, and they're going, hey, listen, we're putting our games on PC strategically over time, and we're not seeing them affect us in the long end. I'm not saying that you're going to see PlayStation games run quote unquote natively on like an Xbox actual hardware on an actual Xbox storefront. But I do think you're going to see this weird hybrid approach by Microsoft to try to get more people into the gaming sphere and kind of connect all their ecosystems into the one ecosystem to kind of rule them all. And that's their approach. That being said, though, Kyle, okay, let's just benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Let's be real, though. There's no way on God's green earth that PlayStation isn't going to try to make this a thing that that they could quote unquote block, right? Like, could you see them try to do something loosey goosey, play with like law or like play with like something in the back end to get people going, hey, you're not playing this with a B X Y. You're playing this with cross, circle, square, triangle. Mother,
I mean,
here,
I don't know.
Yeah.
A part of me is like that line of thinking on Sony's end probably died when Jim Ryan is gone. Because like when I think of all these things that PlayStation did on that level recently, it's been a lot of Jim.
Yeah.
Like the whole crossplay thing, Jim. The whole Activision buyout from Microsoft kind of thing, all the opposition on PlayStation side, it was Jim doing like petty stuff to kind of hold it up.
Yeah.
So and I feel like once he left is when we've gotten more openness from Sony about their games being everywhere else. So I feel like it's softened a little bit, but like sure, they'll probably try, but
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
think they'll probably try to be like, oh, you have to log into a PSN to play these
Right,
games on
right.
whatever that system, similar to kind of what they do with some of the PC games anyway.
I think that line of logic died with Hiroki Totoki when he's just like, "Hey, listen, we need to make these games also on PC, and we need to shorten the window where they're exclusive to just us." Like, I do think PlayStation's logic has been really sound, where it's like, "Hey, listen, it's our console first. Everything surrounds our box, and let's be real, the math on our end says this box ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So we just got to make sure that this box is the most." Um, accessible in terms of ease to use and navigating like its storefront. So it's like for them, it's like okay, so we'll put it out here first, then later on, undisclosed date, we'll put it on PC with a lot less of the fanfare. But it's there, and the PC audience they'll genuinely know and they'll gravitate over there. Um, that's where I think PlayStation's logic's at, where I don't think they feel the need to put something over on Xbox because yes, their mindset is very much on, hey, listen, this box does actually directly compete with us, and our job has been to kind of suck the sales out of the Xbox sales and bring them over and make them and turn them into PlayStation gamers. And I think by putting their games there, it kind of defeats the purpose. But at the same exact time, there's just multiple ways I'm thinking about this. When we think about its impact, like this handheld's impact on the market, I also just want to echo something that I don't think a lot of people have been really talking about, which is these handhelds, though we love them and we're very hardcore and dedicated to them, they're still an incredibly niche market. And so you're talking about the Steam Deck, which is everyone's darling. We all love the Steam Deck. That thing just hit 5 million users. So like to put things into perspective, this is not the oh my god end all be all the hill to die on because it is still a reasonably smaller audience that they do see growth opportunities in. That said, Andrew Hill writes in, "Hello Trophy Room. My question is," and the little autocorrect kind of messed them up here. So I'm going to do some guessing work with some of the words here. My question is, do you think that if Sony has a new handheld and if those rumors are true for the next generation, can you see PlayStation only releasing one SKU of the PlayStation 6 and it being a discless option to add a disc later on down the road? Kind of like how we see with the PlayStation 5 Pro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sell this and then the disc attachment an extra $80 and also offer the handheld for people that can't afford the PS6. So maybe making it a cheaper option. Um Man, that really sucks. Making it a one SKU, making it digital only, that is a huge bummer, and I wouldn't want that.
the the only way they could do this is if that handheld you can download the games directly to it.
Right. Yes.
Because there's no way they'll have a handheld that's only streaming only, similar to the Portal, which
Hmm.
Portal's great. It does its job if you have
Love it.
good internet. I didn't have good internet, so I got rid of mine just because it sucks. Portal was great. I had a great time with it. Just wasn't working the way I need to play
Yeah.
my games. Um, so whatever Sony's next handheld is, you have to be able to download the games on there.
Yeah.
You have to, and that also kind of goes in line with the fact that if you're gonna download your games to the handheld, there's no way to put a disc in a handheld,
Yep.
so it's probably gonna be digital only, which makes me big sad for the
Yeah.
main console.
Enchanted Goat does write something that we should take into account here too. Asian markets would never allow only digital. And
Mm,
we are speaking through a very Western like way of thinking, or
solely fair.
even just like, metropolitan way of thinking, which is like internet's always great here. It may not be in some more rural areas. I do think Sean Layden, in an interview, and I forget where, please don't yell at me, random people on the internet, because I forgot where he interviewed from. For the love of God, I attribute most things, and this is just coming to mind. Dan, I'm talking to you. Don't be bothering me in my DMs about it. He was talking about an interview. He was talking in an interview how It's more imperative for PlayStation and Nintendo to keep supporting physical media and a way to interact with physical hardware or physical media. So it's like it's more imperative for PlayStation and Nintendo for that preservation aspect, and I definitely agree. So as much and that's why I think PlayStation would, in the PlayStation that I see right now, definitely for a cost-effective measure, sell that disc option as an optional attachment, a SKU that they could tack onto a sale and sell that thing digital. It's makes me sad,
I hate it here.
but I could see that. And we're talking
Ugh.
about something that's 3-4 years down the road.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure. Also,
All right, Kyle.
So
Yeah.
before we get to the next one, can you believe that next week we'll know everything about the Switch 2 by the time we sit down to record?
So, real talk, Kyle Stevenson,
Yeah.
the trophy and PlayStation package.
Yeah, it's me.
We might just talk about it on this show
For next week?
because
Yeah.
for next week, because it truly everyone is moving away from the Switch 2 and GTA. Like you're seeing folks saying, "Hey, we are very much looking to if we have to delay our game out of this year just
Uh-huh.
to avoid GTA, we will." And even same with the Nintendo Switch, everyone is making way for that announcement. I mean, you work at PR,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
How many people are having an announcement on Wednesday next week?
Not us. I didn't tell you that
Exactly.
much. We're staying away from like the whole middle of the week for
Yeah.
anything, just because it's crazy.
Ooh, Todd writes in, is a portable PlayStation that could play PS5 games at 720p, 30 FPS good enough? I will tell you this as an owner of a Steam Deck that is sometimes a potato. Absolutely yes. Yeah. When I'm playing on my handheld, truly, I'm not looking for like the greatest visuals. I'm just it's kind of like I'm looking for my next hit, man.
I see.
My next score.
I'm somewhat of a visual snob in that sense.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I want it. That's kind of why like I barely play my Switch anymore, because I'd rather play it on the TV, and I usually only play the Switch on the go.
Okay. Okay.
Same thing with
That's
the
fair.
Steam Deck. So
And maybe for the longest time, guys, I've been saying I have dumb eyes. I can't see this and that. I just took a vision test.
yeah.
I have 20/20 vision in my right eye.
Uh huh.
My left eye apparently garbage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my left eye, I would not be able to pass this basic test
Wow.
that they had. They were actually pretty concerned. They're like, "Are you blind?" I'm like, "No, I don't know. I think I'm pretty good."
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be the cause of it. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I don't care about everything's blurry as well.
Sure.
You know,
I get that.
I can't
Also-
see it 4K.
What? Let's hop into the Nintendo Nook for a second, okay? Just
Yeah,
a quick
okay.
second. Why are they having another direct tomorrow? And then the Switch 2 one next week? And they're very specific. This is only games that will come out on the Switch 1. Nothing about the Switch 2 will happen. No duh, because the
Yeah,
Switch 2
man.
one is next week.
Sigh emoji, depressed face,
Fire.
thumbs down. It's that American Eagle. That's what I think about that.
Just just stop, Nintendo.
I will say, if I could just make this topical for just a second, God forbid my group chat was leaked. War plans are the least of my concerns. Are you kidding me? Luke, Laura, and I will be seeking work elsewhere. We'll be two bums on the street.
This would be a light and Kai Kai show going forward.
100%.
From
You guys
what I
would have to
imagine.
think, it's a type of conversation where you guys have to go, hey, listen, should we bring him up like he existed, or should we like ignore him like he never did? Like,
Ay, ay, ay.
where do we go forward with this? There would be a congressional hearing, is what I'm saying. All right, Kyle Stevenson, take it away for this one.
Wesley that made it sound like you are a monster.
I am.
Oh, Jesus. Wesley and Poole at IGN writes, Naughty Dog's Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet, reportedly won't make 2026. Neil Druckmann tells IGN, we are playing it at the office, and it's incredible. Wow, Neil. Must be nice. Uh,
Brag.
with the wait for The Witcher 4 set to head into 2027, it's a similar story for Naughty Dog's recently announced Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier took to Reset Era to say neither The Witcher 4 nor Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet will be out next year. Quote, I'm pretty sure I said they were both going to be very early teases. Neither of those games will be out next year, end quote. Assuming Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet releases in 2027, and taking into account Druckmann's comment about it being in development for 4 years so far, by the time the game comes out, it will have been in the works for 6 years. It's a pretty long wait, but speaking to IGN on the red carpet ahead of The Last of Us Season 2 premiere, Druckmann said that Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet is not only playable right now, but quote-unquote, really good. I will say we are playing it at the office, and it's incredible, Druckmann teased. It's really good. I'm so excited to finally put gameplay out into the world and show people about it, because we just showed you the very, very, very tip of the iceberg. The game goes pretty deep beyond that, end quote.
Now, Dwani Raksha being a little spicy in the chat. He goes, that's not news. I expect 2028 to 2029. I bring this over to you. I'll bring over Cowboy Danger D's question along with it. He writes, my hype level for Intergalactic is pretty low. Naughty Dog ain't done diddly squat this generation. The trailer was fine, but nothing that about it screamed, I can't wait for this. Okay, Danger D, you're treading on some mighty thin ice there.
I mean, it's literally my phone wallpaper.
Oh my god, dude. Trent Reznor is beaming off that blade. You kidding me? Come on. It's another third-person game. We'll have to wait till Lord knows when to play it. And again, it's not even assured that it's 2027.
No.
And if new consoles come out 2028, do we see this game realistically also being a PS6 game?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, like, I know other games have done it, but like when I think of games that are released so close to the next generation of consoles, I think Naughty Dog. Like Last of Us 1 released, and then that was 2013.
Yeah.
And then the PS4 was also 2013.
Yep.
So it's like a few month window, and then we had the remastered version of Last of Us like within a year or so. So
True.
Like, it happens. I remember God of War 2 came out just before PS3 because I played it on my PS3.
Amazing.
I could be wrong. My brain's been trashed this week, but
no, you're right.
Yes, it's a bummer that we don't have a proper brand new Naughty Dog game yet in the PS5 generation. Like, of course I want to play it, and I understand where Cowboy Danger D is coming from, where that was a tone trailer. Very good tone trailer. I love the tone trailer. But I want to see how the game moves and what we're playing moment to moment. That's kind of like my gripe with a lot of things.
The thing that excites me is the tone, but it's more so like their inspiration. You know, broken record, I get it, but like Last of Us 2 originally being inspired by Bloodborne, awesome. And having Neil say, hey, our inspiration is from software, our inspiration is Elden Ring, and it is going to be something where we want you to feel alone. You're uncovering it as you go. It's purposely disjointed, but it's going to weave this narrative together. That's really exciting, because that to me sounds like, first off, two of my favorite studios, one taking inspiration from another, and them going, hey, listen, From Software is really great at building lore around these worlds, but we also go to Vati Vidya to go watch how, to piece it all together, right? It's not the most cohesive storytelling, where it's like, hey, how could we take that vision but weave a story together that tells something that's more narratively focused? That excites me. Like, that's what the thing that tells me on Intergalactic more than anything. So.
But like, if it's on the PS6, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I just want to play it. I don't really care for console at this moment in time. But like, I'm also in the camp of, up to this point, and this year we've gotten some pretty good teases of first party stuff. It's been pretty quiet for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think the frustration with everyone and hearing this quote unquote news is just like, we got to wait even longer.
That said, though, Ghost of Yote is still very much. I saw Andrew Gofarb on Blue Sky tweet, "Hey, we are looking for a community contract lead to help us launch Ghost of Yote this year." So,
Hell yeah. Let's go.
maybe GTA is not that scary to that game. I don't know.
No.
It wouldn't be. I would definitely choose Ghost over GTA.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Because we're PlayStation boys.
Fanboys, the worst of the worst, and
I will admit it. I will play Ghost over GTA when it comes out.
100%.
Sorry.
Not even close. When people are like, "Oh, we're automatically putting GTA 5 on Game of the Year," I'm not.
I gotta play it.
Gotta play it.
Yeah.
Gotta see if this thing's good. Now, and listen, I have high hopes for it, but I'm this excited for it.
To me, it will be no less than great.
Sure.
But like, I still gotta play it. I can't put it on the pedestal without playing it.
Yeah. All right, Kyle Stevenson of the Trophy Room fame.
Hi, that's me.
6-1 Indie fame.
Hey, what's up?
How do I get one of those hats? Take it away.
Go to the website, 61indie.com. Jennifer Mass over Variety writes, Assassin's Creed Shadows becomes game franchise's second highest selling launch day title, despite sad men who reek of piss telling us for over a year it would fail because of a black samurai. Shout out to Jennifer for that headline.
Now, okay, did I put some pizzazz in that headline?
Oh, you did? Oh, come on, don't do that. We're crediting it to Jennifer.
Well, Jennifer wrote half of it, and I put the despite sad men who reek of piss telling us it would fail for over a year.
Jennifer, feel free to edit the story to add that in, because I think that's great.
You don't have to put me as a source or whatever,
Anyways, what Jennifer really wrote is Assassin's Creed Shadows has become the Ubisoft-developed franchise's second highest selling title ever at launch. On Saturday, Ubisoft announced that the feudal Japan set game had crossed 2 million activations. In internet communications obtained Monday by Variety, the developer told employees that player engagement is at quote-unquote record levels and that, quote, feedback across moderated verified platforms, those less affected by review bombing, remains incredibly positive, end quote. Though no specific sale numbers have been revealed for the game, a source within Ubisoft has confirmed to Variety that Shadows had the next best day one sales revenue for an Assassin's Creed title, only behind 2020's Valhalla. The title also marks Ubisoft's best day one launch of any game on the PlayStation Digital Store.
Sorry, go for it. I thought you were done on Big Dumb Idiot.
Out of the total activations, PC activations account for around 27 of the total, with Steam playing a significant role in that figure. On the gaming platform side, Shadow has already surpassed 2018's Odyssey's all-time peak stat for concurrent users.
There you go. So, the one thing that I was thinking when Ubisoft, there was a fun fact, leaked email over there on their group chat, and they were telling folks, hey, first off, this launch was awesome. They are really happy with it. And they say, don't compare Assassin's Creed Shadows' success to Valhalla, quote, the latter launched in COVID's, quote, perfect storm, end quote, and feedback on platforms less affected by review bombing is stellar. So, essentially, they're like, and this was my same thought. Valhalla came out 2020, midst of the pandemic. Everybody's locked indoors. It's also on 2 extra platforms. You're talking the height of the PS4 and the height of the Xbox One in terms of players on those platforms. It did those numbers, and Shadow only trailing it by a few 100,000 is pretty darn impressive so far. That's it, Kyle. Listen. I am but a man that gets happy to celebrate wins anywhere I can find them in 2025. There's been a lot of grifters and a lot of folks for over a year telling us not to get excited because the game's woke, because there's a black samurai and it's not historically accurate, though Leonardo da Vinci made Ezio a flying, literally hover machine.
Ezio fought the Pope, and the Pope had a laser staff.
So, I love this post from one dumb idiot
Mm-hmm.
Complaining about how Hassan, who is a streamer,
Sure.
is playing this game and it's woke because of him. One of the biggest streamers as well. And I get it. He does social commentary as well, which makes him a little spicy. Elon, of course, the man who had to beg you on the, front lawn of the White House to go buy a Tesla. Um, and then proceeded to beg people on Fox News to please pour money into his stock because it's fallen over 40%. He has complained saying, "Oh, it's Hassan's a fraud. It's a sellout. This is objectively he's promoting a terrible game just for money." And the Assassin's Creed reply is an all-time. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna break the rule for this. Banger.
Hell
Reply.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you? I love that shit, dude. We gotta call out these weirdos for being what they are. Sad, pathetic weirdos. The fact that the richest guy in the world is not happy being the richest guy in the world, that has to try to show and prove to us that he's a quote unquote real gamer by literally paying someone to play Path of Exile 2 all day, just goes to show how truly sad and alone this person is. Again, this is way before the politics shit. I've always hated this guy. I'm just happy people are finally back on my. You just met 2013 me. I love this. And then a man who reeks of piss, who is a disgraced Blizzard employee, tried to clap back at sharing an article that this game won't save Ubisoft from their troubles. Please
this
take it away.
This is my favorite burn. No, go ahead.
Go for it.
This is my favorite burn, so you go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't have the quote in front of me. I was scrolling down trying to buy myself some time.
Well, this sad, pathetic man was, again, bashing on the game and saying that Ubisoft is using bots to run the numbers up because that tweet from the Assassin's Creed Twitter towards Elon was at like 500,000 likes, which is the most liked thing I think on the platform, on his platform, which is fantastic. And as he's this sad, pathetic, piss smelling human being is talking about how they're using bots, whatever, Assassin's Creed official Twitter goes, well, at least our game's out.
Yeah,
and
our game
is out because he's he crowdfunded a game for a lot of money 8 years ago. And nothing's happened with it. Yeah.
Why? Like, these people, these conspiracy theorist people, the weirdos, they're not actually looking for the proof. They're looking for more questions to keep people riled up. They're in it for the conspiracy. They're not here to solve anything. Right? So when I see this, I think this is something that more social media managers need to do. More of us need to do. I love fighting Cowboy out there, calling out racists in his chat and calling him for what it is, stopping his stream to tell those people that they don't belong here. And if you're one of those people, you don't belong here, by the way.
No. Bye-bye.
No. Sexist, racist, all that jazz.
See you later.
If you think the moon landing was fake, chances are not the podcast for you, bud. That being said,
here's where I leave. No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding.
Kyle, where are you, bud? Did you lose connection again? But it's like we need to, because these people, the problem with the internet, guys, is everybody is trying to die on these social molehills to virtue signal on either direction. So when I see this Ubisoft fail here, the market is literally telling people like, dumbs over there that you don't really matter. And the contingent of folks that are also sad, miserable, and reek of piss, those people don't fucking matter. They don't. And it goes to also, throw it on over to the other side, Hogwarts Legacy protests, right? That campaign also bombed because the casual audience is just looking for an escape. So to me, I just see these like we're gonna stand on a molehill, we're gonna die on the stand here for social brownie points as being something that is not actually nobody actually gives a shit about. which is why I'm trying to beg people. There are a certain few that I will allow, but like, stop interacting with these guys. Call them weird and then just stop. Don't make content about them. Just at this point, we have proven their voice does not matter. Everything, I think, I speak for everyone here, dude. I'm tired of like everything is like a controversy. Everything is like a dude, it was not a political point if you bought a Tesla 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Everything is just now so politically charged, and it just, everybody's walking on eggshells. I'm tired of it. Call these weirdos out and tell people that in your communities that they're welcomed here. You know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, like these people, again, let me see Elon's gamer score. His real one, not the one he paid for. Let's see Dumb's gamer score.
Really quickly.
And the onomatopoeia guy name that I can't even pronounce if I wanted to.
I don't know who
Show his gamer score.
You're talking about.
There's one guy, he's like EPID, there's a number.
Oh,
Whatever. Let's see I want to see their gamer score. Because usually the people that bark the loudest actually have a pretty shitty bite.
Try.
They aren't who they say they are. So I'm tired.
I'm gonna straight up say, because I feel like we need to actually say their names. Grums, go fuck yourself. Like we're like, I don't want to sugarcoat it anymore. These are awful human beings. If you need to know who they are so you can block them on social media, Grums is definitely one. So
piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Yeah. You know who I feel really bad about from those side of people, and the people that actually believe the garbage that falls out of their mouth and then on their floor, and then they just don't clean it up, when that happens.
People with dirty asses?
That, and also the people who went out and bought swords and shields for the Stellar Blade controversy. I feel bad that they went out and, a sword and shield and signed a petition.
And that's the thing. It's like most of these people just lack, a lot of them lack social awareness, man.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. And they take that out on others, and I'm just so tired of it. So I love, man, to see me root for a corporation. That is such an arc for me. All right. So to see me cheer openly for Ubisoft is wild.
Yeah.
But at the same exact time, these are people that understand these games are historical fiction, that want to tell a really good story and want to tell it in a world that fans have been waiting for so long. I love seeing that people are celebrating this game for what it is, a game. And that's why, like, for me, celebrate these moments. But when we hear them complain about, there's not enough titty in the next Call of Duty, whatever the dumb complaint is, or, there's a girl with a half-shaved head and they're really upset about it, we just gotta ignore them. We gotta ignore them. Because I just can't anymore. This can't be what the future of game coverage is. That's it, Kyle.
You made me laugh because out of all those examples, you could have just said they're upset because they have to play as a woman. No, there's just not enough titty in that way.
No, there's not.
Jesus Christ.
She's not but it is what it is at the end of the day, man. It's like, that's what they're upset about.
I know. I just found it funny. Funny. It's great.
They're upset when Light has an opinion on the show.
God.
You like,
those people
it's like,
suck.
Yeah. And that's why I love this community, because truly we do not have any of that shit here. We don't. Our community, embraces one another. They get it. Like, we always say, hey, listen, you're going to talk political stuff. Talk shit, get shot. You can't be upset.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same exact time, we've said it loud and proudly. Black, brown, gay, straight, queer folks, you're welcomed here.
Mm-hmm.
Trans folks, you're welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
I just want people that play games here.
Yep.
That's it. And I'm not saying, I don't care if you're this, that. I care. I want to make sure you're safe here. And if you don't feel safe, you talk to any one of us, we'll make you feel safe. Because I'm tired of the shit flinging.
We've done that in the past too with certain situations as well. So we will do it again. We want to make sure it's safe for everybody, like Joe said.
You want to read that $10 super chat there?
Oh, I absolutely can. Pragmatic Eagle gave us a super chat. Thank you so much. Shout out to great gamers being great human beings. Love it when gamers put weirdos on blast. You two continue to be decent representatives of gamers. Thank you,
sir.
hopefully we can raise that status to decent to like pretty awesome. You know,
Pretty
like
awesome.
let us know
Yeah.
what we got to do.
Maybe it was what we just said. That said, Enchanted Goat writes, still early though, so I haven't seen if it's bloated like Valhalla yet, but they're enjoying it.
Sweet.
Andrew Hill says I'm playing Shadows right now, and it's my favorite since Odyssey.
Hell yeah.
Same here, dude.
I finally got to. I'll talk about it now. I jumped in after we recorded last week because I finally had time to. After it did crash a few times, and so it took me a little while to get going. The game is drop dead gorgeous. It's incredible. I am 6 hours in. I have not done the first mission yet because I'm just running around, unlocking fast travel points. I'm taking on these castles and the Daima samurai, and doing all that stuff and going to every question mark that I can in the appropriate leveled place. I'm not going into the high level stuff yet because I'm only Naue and I get my ass kicked when I'm surrounded. But she feels great. The stealth is awesome. The parkour, everything's really, really awesome. So like, I'm very excited to actually play the story beats when I'm done unlocking everything in the first region. And like I'm itching to get a pro because I want to see this game in the best possible way. And I'm playing on quality mode. I'm not playing on performance or 60 frames or whatever.
Okay.
No issues.
Nice.
And it's beautiful. Beautiful.
All right, enough of me yelling into the mic about trying to be decent. We're just normal men. We're just innocent men. Kyle Stevenson, let's talk about some more God of War. This rumor will not die, dude.
It will not. And it kind of like morphs a little bit, right? Like this is not kind of what the rumor was that we first heard.
It keeps
still pretty exciting. George Yang over at GameStop writes, Greek God of War side story releasing this year. I'll report. A new God of War game is reportedly going to be released this year, and it's apparently a side story involving Greece. According to Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb, the game is a brand new title and not a remaster collection. It'll focus on Greek mythology rather than the Norse mythology found in God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. It's unclear what side story means, but it's possible that it could be referring to a smaller kind of game that's too big to be standalone DLC. Examples include Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales and Uncharted The Lost Legacy. God of War previously got several Greek-focused prequels, including 2 PSP games and God of War Ascension on PS3. The first 3 God of War games focus on Greek mythology. There were rumors that a God of War Remastered Collection was going to be announced for the franchise's 20th anniversary, but Sony clarified that no new games were going to be announced at a recent exhibition. However, Sony did announce the Dark Odyssey cosmetic DLC for the 20th anniversary. A God of War TV show adaptation was in the works, but Joe deleted that currently as I'm reading. Currently, it's unknown what developer Sony Santa Monica's next project is going to be. The studio is reportedly working on its first new IP since God of War's debut in 2005.
Ooh-wee. Kyle Stevenson.
Hey.
First off, I set you up for failure there.
That's okay.
It's GameSpot, not GameStop. Sorry.
All right, that's fine. Again, I'm Ron Burgundy and Anchorman. I read what's in front of me. Okay?
Exactly. This is awesome, but why not? Do you think they're saving this announcement for a state of play next month type of situation?
I think they're saving this announcement. I feel like this is the SGF main stage show announcement for PlayStation.
Yeah.
At this point, that's kind of how I feel. Because I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get a state of play before SGF. And if it's releasing this year, that is the absolute probably last place you'd want to announce it, because you gotta assume we're going to learn about GTA 6 at some point in the next 2 months. Whether it's delayed or there's an actual date. So, like, I feel like the SGF stage is probably the best bet for this.
Yeah. I think that them not showing anything in March means that they're probably showing something closer to SGF, and that they're going to have a state of play that focuses on this year. We're not going to have a showcase, sadly. I think this is one of the big announcements for that state of play. I think it's going to revolve around. Sorry, my voice is dying. It's going to revolve around Ghost of Yotei, God of War, and GTA. And that's the thing that
I don't believe GTA being a part of a state of play outside of the very first like showcase thing, because it was like
Sure.
hey, GTA's been on every PlayStation going forward. This is like a cool thing that we're gonna do. You get $1 million in shark cards if you're PS Plus, whatever. They don't need to tie themselves to anybody. They can just drop it whenever, like they did with that first trailer, right? Like, like, hey, we're gonna show something tomorrow, and then everyone was like, all right, let's clear our schedules.
And it was like the most watched thing on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I think you get the big announcement there, but I think you get another pop because PlayStation pays for it.
Sure. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. That being said, though, Kyle, do we think that this is this another Valhalla DLC, or is this a Lost Legacy DLC?
This is Lost Legacy Miles Morales levels.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
is it gonna be like? Is it gonna be more like God of War 2018, or you think it's gonna play like more like the originals?
Oh, they probably have to play like the recent ones.
Okay, because that's where you think most people are gonna. Their minds gonna jump.
It'd be weird to go backwards.
Okay. I would like this story to be how he gets here, how he goes, gets to the Northland.
Spoilers for God of War 3. He just jumped off a cliff and then he showed up here. I don't know, but yeah, like anything really, I think would be cool. If we're not gonna follow Atreus and Kratos of where they left off in Ragnarok, then give me something that is like in canon, but not what's next.
Yeah.
Like let that cook and then we'll get it whenever, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
But like you read Miles Morales and Lost Legacy, two of like our favorite PlayStation games, bar none, whether they're like smaller scale or not.
100%.
They're like incredible standalone experiences, especially the Lost Legacy. If you're an Uncharted fan and you haven't played that, what are you doing?
Do yourself a favor.
It's
Get on it.
Good. And like Miles Morales is fantastic, so I'm way okay with this.
All right, man. If that is the case, that would be really nice, because then we get Ghost of Yotei and then we wrap it up with a smaller God of War title. Hell yes.
Yeah. I saw Dwani Raksha in chat saying they shadow dropped the Ragnarok DLC Game Awards. They did, but that is more. I view that as like a mode.
Yeah.
Not a full new game with a new story and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. Very much. All right, Kyle Stevenson, it's time for Flash News. Gotta run. Gotta go fast. We yelled about those miserable people that smell like piss for way too long. Kyle Stevenson, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Oh, I've heard about this for a while.
Game Informer is back. The whole team is returning thanks to a new owner, Neil Blomkamp's video game studio. Okay. That said, people who are unfamiliar with Gunzilla Games, it's a game developer and publisher behind a free-to-play extraction battle royale game, called Off the Grid, which is now in early access. It is also being developed behind Guns, a Layer 1 blockchain ecosystem powering community-driven economies in AAA games, including Off the Grid. Additionally, District 9 and Chappie director Neil Blomkamp is part of the team as Gunzilla's chief officer and co-founder. So that is the people that took in GameStop's trade-in of Game Informer.
Yeah.
That said, M9 Prime writes in. All right, ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I am quite excited for Game Informer to be back. I just hope Canada will be able to subscribe to the magazine, because the last batch that got cut short was US only. Also, I think it's so cool if you make an account, you see the back issues at no extra cost on the site. I can't wait to see the new issues and hopefully get a physical magazine, because reading a magazine on my phone just doesn't feel the same. Apparently that is coming back. So everything about Game Informer literally coming back,
And
even down to the magazines.
if I may, the really cool thing about this announcement, they weren't just
Go for it.
like, "Oh, hey, we're back. Oh, by the way, we've been writing reviews since we got shut down." Like they
Yeah.
have reviews for Astrobot, they've got reviews for the new Like a Dragon game, mouthwashing 1000x resist,
Awesome.
why am I playing Arco, like indie darlings. Like they've been working quietly in the background for a very long time to make
Yeah.
it feel like people who are
You know,
fan of Game Informer, they never missed a beat. Like there's still
yeah.
time there in, and the fact that they got all the back catalog back and everyone's work is there for the taking is really really cool.
Yeah. It's really awesome to see. Just to see everybody back, and honestly, gang, go over to the site. It's awesome to see that the site wasn't working because so many people were trying to sign up.
Yeah, I still haven't been able to because it
Same.
wasn't working yesterday when hopped on, and it's
And
like
I don't hate it.
selfishly for me. I'm happy that this news is out there, so I can no longer hold this secret in. And the reason why
Yeah.
I say I can't, I had a secret because I knew about this. Wesley LeBlanc, who is part of Game Informer and is back now, was working with us at my day job when
Mm.
it got shut down for a few months. So he told us that he was leaving because of this. And it was the
Yeah.
only reason why he left, because this
Yeah.
was like obviously this is awesome. So like
Yeah.
I wish him nothing but the best. You may see him on an episode here in the
Very
coming
shortly.
weeks. He's about to
Yeah.
become a dad, so
Oh,
yeah,
hot damn.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I want to end this with a rant, and I know I had to, this is going to technically count as
Oh
two.
boy, here we go.
Go support Game Informer. Go support indie outlets more than ever. Seriously, guys. Like, and I'm not saying this. Forget the Patreon for a second here. Even if it's just $1, if video games coverage is important to you and you are able to and fiscally able to, please support indie outlets like Game Informer. Right? Go support Stephen Tottello's Substack. Like, go support these creators that are going out on a limb because they're passionate on covering games. Please, please, please support them because they're doing great work, and they ought to see that recognition because I want to see them keep doing really great stuff. That's why as soon as Game Informer is like, hey, listen, I'll allow you to sign up and how much money you want to give, I will give as much as I humanly can. I want to see them thrive. They're really creative folks and I love what they do. So go support indie sites. They really need your help more than ever. That said, Kyle, hey, have you seen FBC Firebreak?
I've heard of that video game.
It's from Remedy. It's
Yeah.
in the Control universe.
Yep.
It is a live service shooter
Mhm.
that wants to respect your time.
Mhm.
That said, I want to just read a little bit from this little preview over at VGC. He says the main thing about the game that has it going for it is the aesthetics. Being set into the Control universe means virtually everything is on the table, including the table itself. We saw tornadoes or sticky notes increased in violence and number as the job continued. Remedy said that the job system is designed that missions are highly replayable with gameplay variables that keep them refreshing. Think about playing through Left 4 Dead's campaigns over and over again. Remedy plans to support the game with post-launch content, all which will be free. And speaking of free, Firebreak is not. Remedy said that the price point, sorry, didn't share the price point, but referred to it as a mid-price game. So that to Jordan Middler is around 30 to 40 quid, which is potentially be a tough sell in today's market. Games that are entirely free shut down after a few months. So if you're going to put out a game with a price tag, you're giving yourself an uphill battle. Remedy has a catch in its single player games, but will an audience trust another go at multiplayer? After all, this studio's first multiplayer effort since Crossfire, a game that during our presentation Remedy joked about, quote, nobody liked, sits at a 38 Metacritic. Now, Crossfire, they worked on a single player, just so you guys know.
Mhm.
But focusing on co-op gameplay rather than competitive, Remedy is on the right track. The gameplay looks compelling from what we were shown, but its real strength lies in how much license the Control universe gives the team. Kyle Stevenson, I bet you saw
Also,
the trailer at the PC Game Show.
well, future game show, and
Future Game Show, sorry.
also confirmed that it will be day one on PS Plus
And
same
Xbox Game Pass.
Yep.
Yeah. God bless.
Man, I'm so into it, and I can't wait for us to get like the new software for streaming for our live shows, so I can show you this GIF from the PS blog of the announcement. They're showing off a weapon, and in Remedy fashion, it's awesome. It's called the teapot, it involves a teapot. The teapot attaches to the top of the crank-operated fluid ejector or coffee, giving it the ability to shoot boiling water at enemies. And as you're shooting it, it's like boiling like lava coming out of the weapon.
I love that.
And it's just got the control flare. We're back in the oldest house, which is probably one of my favorite settings in any game, period.
Yeah.
Bar none. It's got that control flare. Like seeing sticky notes be like an object of power that it's actively trying to kill you is fun. And if any multiplayer shooter game is going to bring me in, it's this one.
Yeah, I mean, just think about the wild, crazy shit you do with games like Phasmophobia, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of vibe that I'm getting here. And it's seemingly using weapons of power as well as your weapons. That's cool, man. So
Yes.
I'm hopeful for this. This looks like a ton of fun, and I'll be playing it day one. Absolutely.
Yeah, same.
Hey, gang. PlayStation Plus Essential games are out or coming out next week. RoboCop Rogue City, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory. How's this game's month, Kyle?
You say Target Target, don't you?
Target, yeah, absolutely. Why would I say
Marshall's?
I mean, come on, Marshall's. Kidding?
Massacre.
Yeah, Massacre. That was a bloodbath, a massacre.
I think this is a okay month.
Okay.
Just from me personally, I'm actually kind of excited to play the RoboCop game. I've heard people say it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I love that it's part of this. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not going to be a game I play. Digimon, I do not care for Digimon in the slightest.
What? Come on. Well, they also announced that there's going to be Blueprints, which is going to be on a PlayStation Extra. Is going to be day one. I think it's April 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
That one I'm very excited for.
Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah. I think it's a pretty okay month. RoboCop, thank God I didn't spend the $9 on it when it was on sale like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, that's definitely one I'm going to be trying and playing. And apparently the platinum's really easy. So easy plat, I'm there. Hi, Kyle Stevenson. This is a question from M9 Prime. And it actually goes back to the God of War stuff. So I did a poor job with the show already. He goes, question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. First off, thank you very much for the Assassin's Creed Shadows code from the Blue Sky giveaway. Thank you so much for supporting the show the way you do. Literally, gang, this was not scientific. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There was over I think 1,000.
Whoa.
like entries, and so many of them were I want to win, and one person's like, hey, could you just please let me win? I'm from Asia and my boyfriend. I'm like, I don't know you. Why are you DM? You're not gonna buy my. I'm sorry. You want to be a good girlfriend?
Want the code to sell it. That's what that is.
Also, just buy your boyfriend the game if it's that important. I'm not gonna give. I ain't a charity, folks. So I was like, okay, what are the names that I know? And then I put them in the hat, and then I fucking went at it because there's literally 1,000. Jesus Christmas. So that's what happens when you're part of the Discord, when you're part of the Patreon. Okay, maybe I do a little Patreon giveaway. Tonight. Who knows?
Huh?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We got an extra Hinterberg code. Why not give away that to a fan?
Whoa.
Patreon.com/PS I just gave myself more work. Why did I do that?
I don't know.
You know we're live,
right? You know we're live, right? Okay. All right. Well,
I don't have the code on me. I'm going to have to look at it. Anyway. But yeah, thank you so much. Secondly, with the rumored God of War game set in Greece timeline, Can you speculate on what would be happening in this smaller game? I personally would love to see what made Kratos leave the Greek stuff and how he made his way to the area of Norse mythology. See, I would have answered that. I'm so dumb. Also, are you disappointed that that in this rumor, Jeff Grubb pretty much said the remakes are not happening, at least for now. So let's tackle that part. Are
I
you bummed that we're not seeing like the
I
older trilogy on here?
I'm not bummed that remakes are not happening.
Okay.
I'd be bummed if like ports aren't happening, or like they're not
Yeah.
coming to PS Plus catalog at some point. Like,
Yeah.
it's baffling to me how they're not on there already. That's the part that will make me upset. But I'm fine with no remakes, just because I don't want to hear it from the very loud minority of like all PlayStation does is remakes.
Right.
But if you want to play those games, they are out there. Although like they're becoming harder to access if you don't have the consoles and whatnot. So it'd be nice to have them on the PS Plus catalog, but I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, it bums me out. I would like this. I would like a new trophy list and all that jazz. Like I would have really dug that. But if we're getting a new game, and even if it's like a smaller title, whatever, I don't care. I would much rather prefer the new idea than the remaster remake. That said, it goes with the last little bit of flash news. Talking about loud minorities out there that are yelling at us of the internet. Console war variety. Jesus Christ, almost sounded like Elon for a sec. There was a amazing trailer for Indiana Jones, their PlayStation 5 reveal, a release date reveal, on April 15th. So Indiana Jones, April 15th, that is when the game comes out. I believe that's on early access or whatever. But the trailer featured Nolan North and Troy Baker reuniting for Indiana Jones reveal. Awesome. It's so great to see them back.
Yeah.
In the same room, and maybe they don't like each other, but it seemed like this trailer they liked each other, That's all I want.
I hope.
It's literally Nathan Drake and Indiana Jones in the same room.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
It's pretty cool.
You could be playing Indiana Jones in the Great Circle?
Yeah. I've been excited for it since it was announced. So I'm very much into it.
Punching Nazis?
Yeah.
Be that first person? I get to hit him with a whip? Oh, ka-cha, ka-cha. Let's see.
I can't wait to feel what the DualSense haptics feel like when you are using the whip.
Ooh, it's gonna look so good on the PS5 Pro. That's what I'm thinking.
And like
to be crisp.
Having oh my god, Tony Todd in the game too. Who's no longer with us, so that'd be really nice to like see his performance.
That said, talk about the saddest people on the earth. The people that are right behind the people that reek of piss smell like ass.
Yeah.
The people that are like, hey, seems like PlayStation people really like the Xbox games because they're the top pre-ordered games. I thought you guys said you didn't like these games. Guys, if that's where you're at right now, if that's how far you move the goalpost, you know what, man? You need this one more than I do. What can I say? Yeah. Have at it. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. You guys kidding me? It's literally the first time we're seeing a Horizon game, Forza, on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking about the real actuality of a Gears of War and Halo coming to the PlayStation for the first time. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like Germans in West Germany getting to wear jeans for the first time. They're over the moon and they're wearing jean jackets and they're listening to Iron Maiden. You understand? The culture's seeping in. We've heard for so long how great Halo and Gears and Forza and all these games are. We want to legitimately try them. So of course we're excited for these games. We're going to be pre-ordering them. Duh. But again, you guys need this? So you're right. You win. Idiots, man. All right. Last but not least, the last bit of flash news. Christopher Dring, who used to be formerly GameIndustry.biz writes, I'm back introducing the game business, a new newsletter and podcast series, plus a website and an event launching in partnership with Jeff Keighley.
Oh.
Which, congratulations, Christopher.
You got yourself.
What do you mean?
That's the what you've been playing part of the.
Oh yeah,
doc.
no, I really screwed up the doc. I'm telling you,
No,
I really
it's
screwed
fine.
it up.
It makes
People
you feel
like,
good that you're trying to get me, and
I'm getting got.
you did a good job of catching yourself. You're like, "What? This is great.
This is it." And scene. Nobody knows what we're talking about, even the live.
It's
You
fine.
have no
It's
idea.
fine.
You know? Yeah. Look, they do call them game. Yeah, I'm playing the Game Pass filler. It's nice.
Yeah, can't wait.
Bacon. Go outside. All that money you could have spent on a 5070 Ti that's 20% more powerful than the 7 whatever series. You could have donated to charity, but you decided to be selfish and sit on your little ivory tower of PC because the Xbox abandoned you. Anyway, Kyle Stevenson.
Yeah.
What you been playing, buddy?
I already talked about
we
AC
talked
Shadows
about
earlier.
Yeah.
More MLB The Show. Boring for everyone else out there that isn't into baseball. Been playing a lot of actual like multiplayer games against other people in the last week.
Okay.
I'm getting my ass handed to me, and I now have like a very bad losing record, and I don't know what's going on. And I also have 6 losses on my name because I got disconnected from the internet mid-game, and it counts as a loss. In most of those games, I was leading or I was about to score a run to take the lead. So I'm very upset over that. But MLB The Show is great. They did some new content roadmap stuff for like the next week or so because it's opening day tomorrow. Let's go Mets in real life, not just in MLB The Show.
Is it true Mets and Yankees opening day are the same day or something like that?
So usually all of baseball have the same opening day. So
okay.
Every team most likely will be playing tomorrow at some point. Or like Friday.
So why is everybody around my neighborhood talk about which one are you going to, Mets or Yankees?
Well, the Mets are in Houston.
Okay.
They're away, so I think the Yankees are the only ones home.
Okay. Why is everybody talking about which one you're going to watch?
I don't know. Unless they're at the same time. They could be playing at the same time.
Maybe it's the same time. Maybe that is
it. Could be.
Okay. Fair enough. I've been hanging around in too many Italian delis as of late.
I've also picked up a game that I was super excited for called Breakout Beyond.
Okay.
It's from Atari. It's essentially like the old school Breakout games like Pong, but you're hitting the ball against bricks to get rid of them. And the point of this one, instead of like getting rid of all the bricks, you're just getting rid of some to escape, kind of thing. It's okay. I was very excited for it because I missed those games, and like it scratches a very specific itch that I have that I wanted to play. But it's when the effects are going on screen, like there's like fireworks happening, you lose the ball, and then you lose the ball, or it goes past your paddle and you lose it permanently, and there's a lot going on. Also, if you do lose a ball, sometimes the DualSense will just let out a fart sound. It is the strangest thing I have ever had when I was playing a game. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Kyle, that was just you. No. It comes out of the speaker of the controller. It's insane. It's like comic book kind of fart levels. And I'm like, why? Why? Why is this the decision here?
Love that for you, bud.
It's okay, but that's pretty much it.
I'm literally 3 trophies away, I think, from the Assassin's Creed trophy platinum. So I've been doing that. God damn, that game's beautiful. And this is one of the games where I'm like, yeah, when's the DLC? Because I really want to play more of this, man. Like, I'm so happy it's doing really well. I really hope we get more stories with Nawe and Yasuke. They're so great, man. Especially, again, Yasuke's story, the way it ends, man. Make sure when you think you beat the game and you're gonna do the prologue stuff, do Nawe's first and then do Yasuke's last. And when you're hit with that, oh my goodness, that wooey moment feels so rewarding. Yasuke is so freaking great, man. Hopefully we'll have one of the voice actors on fairly soon. So I'm excited to talk to them about being in that role, being in that character, and all that good stuff. So again, hopefully soon. Knock on wood. That said, other than that, I literally played an hour of Dungeons of Hinterberg. I have no thoughts right now. So talk to me next week. I'll be playing it. I should probably even have it platinumed by that time because it's a 15-hour plat from what I'm aware.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm very excited to dive back into that as I kind of just wait for Indiana Jones at this point. So I got a few smaller bite-sized games to get through. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about one of them next week. And then we got Indiana Jones, baby. That's it, Kyle. Are you holding on to anything?
I showed off
my
the
God.
the OG Astrobot plush, but I also got the Kratos one. I don't
Where
know
did we
the
get
Axe
those
went.
again?
These are from Fangamer.
Man, gamer
It,
shit.
ha- it has.
Did I not buy them?
I don't know where it went. It must have dropped. But there's a Leviathan axe that has a little magnet that sticks to his hand.
So awesome.
Oh my god, it's so cute and adorable.
God forbid Abby gets to one of those. She's got to chew it all up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I know I bought something that was astroified. These was like months back.
See,
Oh, it's a cute little axe.
little axe.
Oh, it's cute. I'm holding on to this woke game because two guys kissing it.
Oh man,
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I know.
That's hot.
Really upset about it. It is the most people. Let me tell you something. Those boys really go at it. That said, prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. What's wrong with me?
I don't know. It's fine. We'll get that answer one of these days.
Yeah,
I'm going to do something a little different with the drop this week, Joe.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to GameInformer.com and using the upcoming release calendar because it's back, baby.
Let's go.
And also, I would like to not just do games this week, but let's do games next week. So that way we can talk about the games that are coming out the next week.
Two.
All right. So we're playing a little catch up here. On March 27th, or Breakout Beyond came out on the 25th, if you're interested in that game. On March 27th, a post-apocalyptic Souls-like game, AI Limit, comes out on PS5. Also on March 27th, I've been hearing some pretty decent things about this one. Atomfall comes to PS5. From what I know, it's like Fallout. That kind of similar type of vibes.
It's the vibe is similar, but it's from what I understand, it's more like tabletop RPG-esque.
Cool.
Linear. Yeah.
Cool. I'm into that. On March 27th on PS5 comes Karma: The Dark World. Another little horror game for you. Also on the 27th, boy oh boy, busy week.
Talk to me.
The first Berserker Kazan. I can't wait to play this video game.
Let's go.
If you like Souls-like games, we talked about the demo a few weeks ago. This should be on your radar. Also on March,
I heard it's hard as balls.
It's hard, but I played the demo.
I played the demo. I
didn't think it was too bad. We must just be pros now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we should be. We should ask for those people gamer scores, gamer cards.
Remind me to say something after the drop. Okay.
Okay.
Post Trauma comes out on March 31st. Now we're in next week territory.
Let's go.
Post Trauma is from Raw Fury, Red Soul Games. It is a horror game, kind of like the old school Resident Evil games, but you play as a janitor.
Okay.
It looks cool.
Like it.
From Studio Tonima and publisher Don't Nod, Koira releases on PS5 on April 1st. We have review keys, and I will be able to talk about it next week.
Okay, so we can see.
We can say that we have keys. Yep. Very, very excited. I wish Light was here for this one. But on April 2nd, making its long-awaited return from September 26, 1997, Croc Legends of the Gobos releases on PS5 and PS4. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And then finally, coming to PC, the update, I believe, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
There you go.
So it's on PC.
Todd Oxer's yelling, "I'm back! I'm back too,
Yeah.
baby!" Yeah, can't wait. I would love to play Last of Us Part 2 and get depressed on the go with the Steam Deck. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I can't wait for that show, man. Seeing the season premiere on the red carpet.
Mm.
Um, Also seeing Pedro with drag queens who have uh the theme was clicker, and seeing him like interact with all of them. That's awesome.
Did you see
Uh,
the video game version of Joel somebody cosplayed as on the
no,
red carpet? Oh my god.
that's awesome.
I gotta try to
Yeah,
find it.
yeah.
Okay, the thing that I wanted you to remind me of. We unless it's here in the questions, which I don't think it is.
Okay.
How can we go this whole episode
Talk to me
and
about it.
not acknowledge the GOAT on its 10th anniversary this week of Bloodborne?
That was going to be the opening of the show.
And I'm glad I remembered because we
Thank goodness.
10 years. I first played
20 years,
it
man.
in 2001. I think I looked it up. To platinum it behind your back to see why you loved it so much and to give it another shot. It has opened my eyes, and now Souls games are like one of my favorite genres.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is incredible. I hope we get a remaster version or something new in that universe because it is so freaking cool. Shout out to From Software and Bloodborne.
Yeah, seriously, shout out the GOAT that started it all. Yeah, seriously, I was gonna put it as the first question of like, hey, how could they not? But like, we've been over it so many times. It's like, unfortunately, Bloodborne, that remakes just or remaster, whatever. I think we get it next year. Like that, it's like the launch game of the PS6. That's where I think, if at all, that's where my only hope lies. That's again, I'm like the conspiracy theorists. They're always looking for the conspiracy. I'm always looking for the hope at the end of the tunnel.
Uh-oh. Did the internet get to me? Yeah, Joe's frozen. Welcome to the Kyle Show, everybody. How are we? I don't know what happened. It says we got poor connection here on Discord.
Can you hear me? Oh,
hey, now you're back. Hey.
We were kind of talking to each other. It was making sense a little bit.
It was. Okay, cool.
You were asking questions. I was answering them.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But no, truthfully, this is one of my favorite games of all time. It was my favorite game of all time until Elden Ring came around. I love it so much, and I appreciate everything it's done for me as a gamer, because prior to Bloodborne, I wasn't that adventurous in terms of like going out to other genres. There's a question later that asks that question about genres, so I'll save it for that. But like, I was very like third person shooter, third person action, multiplayer game, and I never branched out. And I always heard, oh, Dark Souls this, Dark Souls that, you know, they're way too hard, and those always scared me. And so like, I remember seeing the preview coverage of the first level of Bloodborne, and there was just something about its art style that I just never seen before. And it being my first entry point, people going, oh, this is the thing to dip your toes into getting into Dark Souls. God bless. Thank you. Because seriously, it opened my eyes to not just Soulsborne games, but to try games that are outside my purview that I normally wouldn't, I wouldn't at least give it a good shot. Because every time I think about, well, I'm not usually into puzzle games like Blue Prince, for example, right? Coming out in April. I'm going to try that game out. Because, yeah, normally I don't like puzzle games. But I think of Bloodborne going, yeah, but I also said to myself I didn't like those games. And I tried Bloodborne out. So, yeah. Respect to the GOAT. Bloodborne, one of the greatest games ever made. 10 years old. We love you. Maybe PlayStation don't anymore. I don't know. I'm tired. Kyle Stevenson, it's time for, sadly, the last but our favorite segment. It's time for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. Cowboy emoji, horse, rope emoji. This is a lasso. Back out.
Tris Wonderland writes in, hello, my friends. Question for the... Do you guys enjoy getting drunk or anything else while playing games? Or on anything else?
Party.
Maybe?
I like to party.
Probably not great to admit, but I typically pour some Jack Daniels while I play. helps relax, and I enjoy
Ooh.
stuff more, it seems. So you guys indulge in anything while you play?
Yeah.
It's also very satisfying beating high-ranked people in Madden while I'm drunk. I
That's
love that.
fair. That's fair. Listen, as long as you're not forming a habit, Tris, you do
I'm
what
uh,
makes you
I'm
happy.
I'm very much a social drinker, so I don't
Sure.
drink at home
Yep.
ever, and I don't
Yeah.
I don't like eating or drinking when I'm playing anyway, outside of like water or something.
hmm
It's just a me thing. I don't like
Again,
getting my
high
controller all
Celsius.
greasy, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the greasy feel, and I get it. You guys look at us going, "Really? You don't like to drink whatever
I'm
Cheetos?"
dead serious.
Dead serious. Dead serious. Like the heart attack I'm gonna have when I'm 43. That serious. Okay. Um. But yeah, no, I don't. Because I'm distracted. I'm like, I want to enjoy what I'm eating, or I want to enjoy what I'm playing. That said, back to Triss' question here.
hmm
All right, gang. Yep, come over here. All right.
We're all in the group chat now.
We're all in the group chat. This ain't gonna go out to the public. This is just us and the bros. God
Uh,
damn. Smoke emoji, eyes cloudy emoji, dizzy, eggplant question mark. If you're not laughing, you're crying. Let me tell you, the last time Joseph truly indulged himself with recreational marijuana
hmm
is playing Tetris Effect with
oh my god.
my VR headset on,
Whew.
and I had a panic attack and I couldn't take it off because I thought I was part of the universe. It's like, Joe, all you are. It's like I was Matthew McConaughey. Right? It's like
In
all you are is
Interstellar.
just it's just a little speck in a great field, and you're gonna be one with the universe, brother. And it's like, get this thing off me, Matthew. Come on. So I don't. But yeah, like, no judgments anybody does. That's you're cooler than me.
Yeah,
Shoot.
absolutely.
Yeah. No
As
judgments.
long as it's not becoming a thing that you are damaging yourself with,
Right.
have a good time.
Yeah. Shrug emoji. This is becoming a thing.
Joe's boss, what are you doing here in the group chat?
Exclamation point. Nah, I think he's chill.
Yeah. Donuts writes in, good day, Trophy Room trio or duo today. A quick Sony Pony Express question. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
But one that you may have touched base on before. I've been fighting my way through Wukong and admit I am not great at the dodge timing, etc. This is my first time playing this type of game. Even though I'm at the final chapter, I am done with the struggle. It's been a long slog, 90 plus hours, and I can't be bothered anymore. Do you ever just get near the end and think, that's it, I'm done and can't be bothered? How do you get through it, and do you return after a break? Doesn't help that AC Shadows just released and tease me away.
I mean, go get your shadows on, dude. Let's go. Yes, but it's more like when I'm doing trophies. Like when I'm doing the platinum for things, I'm like, okay, I gotta be done. Maybe sometimes it's out of frustration, like with Sekiro, but eventually I get over it and I get good, and then I beat the boss. I get that plat, but other than that, I don't get the. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm done. If I've put 50 hours into a game, and I haven't seen the end, whew, that's brutal.
So you haven't finished Rebirth yet, or Metaphor yet.
Oh, that's good. That's actually good. That's actually a really good point. I think it's like I forget about those games, the other games come around, and then I'd be like, oh, I'll get back to those games.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm so fed up with this thing in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about it.
I think the only one that is like that, Joe, that it's a long game and I wanted more of, is Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
I could have played easily another 3 acts of the same length with like new areas and characters and whatnot. Like,
can I admit something?
Are you also thinking about going back in? Because I am. Yeah, I am.
And making the same choices that I made before.
Are you kidding me? I think I'm going back in.
I think I'm going back in, dude. It's right over there on my shoulder.
For me, yeah, I've had a little bit of that to where like I'm towards the end, I'm like, all right, I just need to get this done.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not enjoying where the story is at, and like there's other things to play. I think last week I talked about how I can only play like one game at a time, so I
Yep.
can't multitask that way. I can't think of one example of it, but like trophy wise, going for a trophy, my God, for those of you that have been around for a while,
Talk to him.
no hour struggle with the Returnal Platinum Trophy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Talk about I'm gonna throw this controller against the
Getting
wall.
that last fucking glyph to spawn in a run.
Come on.
It came to the point, Joe, where,
Yeah.
and everyone listening who weren't around back then, we knew the maps and the locations, and we would just run through and not fight any enemies. We're just in and out, in and out. Okay. Didn't get it to this point. Okay, I'll restart and try again. Like, that's all I was doing for like another 20 hours to find this one glyph.
Soros, don't make the same mistake.
Please
but we
stop.
love you. Can't wait.
Please don't. I can't.
Love you. Can't wait.
Oh, don't do that. Please, I can't do it.
What a game, man. Think about that twist. I think about that twist
Oh,
once a month.
oh, it's so good. I love it so much. Also, Donuts, don't let Wukong ruin your idea of what those style of games are. Not played Wukong, but like we just talked about, Bloodborne's great.
Yeah.
Liza P, great.
Stellar.
If Bloodborne isn't your entry point, Liza P should be your entry point. Of like finding something else similar to like that. So
yeah,
very, very good.
Yeah. Also, I got and speaking of like Liza P, then like I stopped because Monster Hunter happened, and then Shadows happened. Now I'm like at Act 9, and the DLC is like saying, "Hey, at Act 9, you can start the DLC." So I think I might just wait.
Okay.
For the DLC. Yeah. I'm like at chapter 9. I have no problem going back. It's all muscle. It is practically Bloodborne too.
Yeah.
So like I got no problem going back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Stingray writes in, what is one genre you want to go back to that you haven't played in a while?
Huh.
I got an easy
played
one.
in a while.
But
Go
it
for it.
requires me to spend money that I don't have currently.
Talk to me.
I want to play Guitar Hero and Rock Band again so bad.
Damn, right?
So, and it's not the same hopping in Fortnite and doing it on the controller.
No.
It just isn't.
No.
Like, I want a actual working drum set, pop in Rock Band, and just drum along for hours. I want that so bad.
Huh. That's a good one. I think give me a Mario Kart. I know we're probably getting it,
We're
right?
getting it.
June or whatever.
Yeah.
But like that's something I haven't gone back to. I'd love to go back.
Yeah.
Every time we play Fortnite, hashtag we're back in, boys. Hashtag 2 wins. Hashtag nothing stopping me. Hashtag believe in your dreams. Hashtag Better Business Bureau solves everyone's problems.
Our first like friendship activity was playing Mario Kart in Bryant
Yeah.
Park in New York City.
I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do it. Like Mario Kart, because like Fortnite has a Mario Kart mode, but it's like
Sure.
not the same.
It's not the
But
same.
every time we play, and Luke's like, they should bring the Batmobile in here. Why haven't they done it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Luke, just shut up, stop it. You bring this up all the time. We didn't
It's in
ignore
Rocket
your
League.
comment.
Just play Rocket League.
You're being butthurt for no reason. Like, grow up a little bit. He's gonna be like, grow up a little bit. Oh, Joe, my wife bought this house. It's like, shut up, dude. Just shut your mouth. You're so ugly and stupid when you talk. But he has a point. I would like to see the Batmobile in this game.
Like I
That's
said,
all.
go re-download Rocket League. I'm pretty sure the Batmobile's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not just
DeLorean too,
port
I
it
think.
Dude, that's how you get me into anything. You just add a Back to the Future DLC to literally anything, and I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. All right.
Ooh,
Let's get.
I
get
like this
in
question
here.
from T. Lee writes, what celebrity would you choose to play in split fiction with, and why? Finished the game with my wife and can't wait for the next game from Hazelight.
Dude. Great question.
So Alex Smith writes in chat, fun fact, Mr. Light was once ranked in the all-time top 25 in Guitar Hero. Hell yeah.
Oh.
What if I told you in college I was ranked in the top 100 of drummers for Rock Band?
Holy shoot!
Yeah, dude.
Are you gonna? Are
Are we
gonna
forming
make
a super band?
Exactly.
Let's go. I'm so rusty though. Like I.
Dibs on vocals.
All right, cool.
Just put the mic on my throat and just hum the songs because I'm too shy.
Listen, I've seen you perform karaoke in person in Boston.
Not great.
I have a picture of you with a little tiny shiny hat on.
Yeah. Good luck. What is there? What celebrity? Okay, let's talk about this for a second here.
To play Split Fiction with. Honestly, it's Pedro. Yeah. Give me Pedro Pascal.
Honestly, he just seems delightful.
Yeah, right? Like,
he just seems delightful. If I wanted to be serious about it, oh my god, and I'm blanking on his name. The actor that plays Huey on The Boys.
Oh, Jack Wade.
Jack Wade. Just seems like such a great hang, dude. Such a great hang. He's gonna understand the controls, get it right.
Yep.
First thing.
Henry Cavill as well. He's a gamer.
Henry Cavill. I'm gonna be nervous. He's gonna be
Nerd Chat
like
says
Henry.
Jack Black.
I had a dream with you once. Jack Black. That not a bad choice.
Yeah.
But then let's just say I was down to flirt. You know.
Sure.
Let's say there's here's my chance. Just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the judge? Who's the, you know? I think Florence Pugh.
Ooh.
I think she'd be playful with it as well.
Okay. Also, will be in Avengers
Doomsday.
Doomsday. She's part of the lineup, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess that confirms she's surviving the Thunderbolts movie.
I don't know.
What's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? Chloe Moretz, Hit Girl from Kick-Ass.
Oh, yeah,
I know she's a big time
her.
gamer, and I think she would be fun to play Split Fiction with.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I like that. I was like, here, who can I flirt with? And you're like, I want to beat this game and get the platinum.
Yeah, dude.
Come on. All right, Kyle Stevenson, what's the last question here? Again, I messed up the notes this week, and
it's totally fine. Who Day Nation 119 writes in, "What's up, boys and my lady? With the news that Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, possibly be moved to 2027, possibly PS6. Are you surprised that Naughty Dog may not have a game released on the PS5 outside of remasters and remakes? Although 2027 potentially just got crazy if Intergalactic and Witcher 4 hit in the same year. Thank you, chat."
That's
Chloe Grace Moretz is her name.
Yeah. That's the thing that bums me out, man. It's like so much missed opportunities with the dumb live service games and service push.
Yeah.
We would have had this game by now, and that pisses me off. That said, though, maybe it wouldn't be as good because it wouldn't have the Elden Ring inspiration.
Yeah, that's a good way to kind of spin it.
Yeah. That said, though, I mean, they're right. 2027, Intergalactic, Witcher 4, you would assume those games, if they hit, Game of the Year caliber games. Which one do you think wins Game of the Year? 2027.
Witcher.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, gotta play it, but come on. That gets a Zelda bump in my eyes. Like it's a new Witcher.
Yeah. Truly, I'm not messing around. After finishing The Witcher 3, I actually think it's a shoo-in. Like, CD Projekt is just on a different plane of existence. That said, though, it's a new engine. Their games do have a history, Cyberpunk even excluded, of coming out a little hot.
Sure.
But I think they know that too.
I think they know.
So I think they're gonna take their time.
And yes, Stawani in chat. Yes, we did have similar questions at the beginning, but as Joe said, the doc was weird today.
Yeah,
which is fine. It happens. We're busy people.
Yeah,
we're just innocent men.
We're just innocent men. Tired emoji, sleepy emoji, clock emoji. It's been 2 days back to back, 10-hour shifts. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. It's rough. Technically 10 hours because of the dumb malarkey I had to go through. I'll save that for the post show. Sure. That said, for the real show, thank you all so much for watching. Seriously, y'all coming out each and every week, listening to the show. It's the reason why we get to do really cool stuff, like being able to be invited for PAX. Hopefully, I get into Summer Game Fest And hopefully I get to go. Patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. I'm already planning what we can do for patrons in terms of like exclusive coverage and exclusive like podcasts for each one of those days. Like for PAX, I actually think I'm gonna drive up again this year. I
Oh,
think I'm gonna do a podcast from my car, and that's never been done before.
we attempted it, or we wanted to.
We attempted it.
Didn't work.
It failed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this time I'm going to, and I think I'm gonna film it in parts. So every time like a pit stop or I gotta rest my legs or I gotta go to like a McDonald's for their breakfast, because come on, you gotta.
You got it.
I think do like a little mini episodes. I think it sounds fun.
That's fun.
But seriously, patreon.com/PS Trophy really does help us out. And Kyle, is there anything you'd like to spotlight before we get on out of here, dude?
Forget about me. Go send Light your love and well wishes.
Yeah.
Make sure she knows that we're thinking of her, and
Seriously.
she recovers very quickly and smoothly.
That's right. That's right. I need her to live because I need her to show me the Assassin's Creed statue so I could see if it's worth it, you know?
I hopped in her live the other day. She was live streaming
Yeah.
the game and unboxed the thing. It looked great.
It looked good? All right, then, you know.
She had some issues putting the flags in, but like it's fine. I don't put that against her.
Hey, fair enough.
It was
fair
very
enough.
fun.
All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, and go support her channel as well. What are you doing here? Lightweight Gaming.
Yeah, please do.
Lightweight Reacts.
Yes.
You know.
Just
You
get
know
great
I know.
stuff over
We
there.
all know. Yeah. Support us over on Blue Sky. Same handles. You know the deal. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. God knows there might be some people that smell of piss that they're like, oh, I'm gonna rate this show 1 star because they said that everybody's welcomed. So negate those negative Nancy's by hitting us with a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts, over on Spotify. It really does help us out. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, we love you. Keep your wits about you. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. We'll see y'all next week when it becomes the Nintendo Nook.
I just realized
Uh-huh.
that for YouTube viewers, I leaned back in my chair and now it's just my head in the frame. So